Dr. Wily's crusade to rule the world ends abruptly at the hands of Mega Man. So what's a villain to do? Create a diversion and break out of prison. Mega Man has his hands full as 4 gigantic machines exit Dr. Wily's lab to ravage the city. But who is behind this new plot as Wily sits behind bars? Dr. Wily knew his diabolical deeds would end and failure one day. So, as Hiss robots attacked by remote control, the sinister doctor breaks out of prison and flies off in his spaceship. The Titanium Titan is tricked. With the help of Rush, Roll, and Dr. Light, can Mega Man put the slippery Dr. Wily back in prison where he belongs? The future of the world hangs on Mega Man's every move. That is Mega Man 7. Typos and all. It's a platformer, of course, from Capcom, also, of course, released in 1995. Part of that their Mega Man franchise, and the only numerated Mega Man game on the Super Nintendo. We had Mega Man 8 coming out later on the PlayStation, but Mega Man 7, other than the X games, and one other that I think we might be looking at later, were the only Mega Man games to come out on the Super Nintendo. It's the 7th game, of course, in the original series, localized a year later from Japan in North America and Europe, picking up 6 months after the events of Mega Man 6. Mega Man has to stop the evil Dr. Wily. We also run into some new potential allies in the mysterious robot pair of Bass and Treble, who are later revealed to be, dun dun dun, spoilers I'm not going to say, because, got to keep it a little fun. In terms of gameplay, Mega Man 7 follows the same classic action and platforming from the 8-bit NES titles, but update the graphics and sounds for the more powerful Super Nintendo. According to the creators, Mega Man 7 was only in development for a short time before its release. Kaiji Inafune, a noted character designer and illustrator, handed off his duties to Hayato Kaji for this installment. Mega Man 7 received overall average critical reception. Although many considered it a competent game, a majority of reviewers called it a simple rehash of previous entries and considered it inferior to Mega Man X, released over a year earlier. So, that's going to be a big part of what we talk about here. What is better, 7 or X, or why is one better than the other? And I don't think that's a fair judgment. They're both Mega Man games, sure, but Mega Man 7 is not Mega Man X. Just like Mega Man Battle Network is not Mega Man 0. It would be kind of like saying, well, Final Fantasy Adventure is pretty good, but have you played Final Fantasy 6? Totally blows it out of the water. It's different. Mega Man 7 does more closely follow the traditional Mega Man game play. There's a lot less plot development that the X games had more of. There's a little more cartoony, a little more cutesy look to it than the X games had. And just the lack of power-ups like the X game had, the time frame being all different. It follows the classic Mega Man path. X deviates from that path. They are both good, they are both different, but they both have a Mega Man. You know what I mean? Had moderately positive reviews in both past and contemporary retrospectives. A large amount of the criticism arose from the game's alleged failure to bring anything new to an already aging series. Weird that I don't recall anybody saying that about 4, 5, or 6. Some considering it inferior to X. Tony Mott of Superplay found the game to lack improvement over its 8-bit counterparts, stating that the level layouts are muted and appear regular when compared to the X series. Brett Elston of Games Radar noted it felt far too similar to earlier games. Again, this is not a critique that I ever heard about the NES games, which are much more similar to one another than 7 is similar to the others. GamePro called it a nice holdover for fans waiting for the next game in the X series. Next Gen reviewed it and gave it 3 out of 5 stars, stating it's still the same game, nothing that the audience has grown and gotten tired of yet. Has tired of it. That's weird. Has really good graphics, I think. I think the control is good. I think the challenge is good. I think this game gets often overlooked just on the level of challenge that it has. It's a very competent game, and I like it. I like it just as much as I do X, but for different reasons.